Hello, welcome to our presentation about measuring the excellence contribution at the journal level, an alternative to Garfield's impact factor. My co-authors are Wenceslao Arroyo-Machado and Daniel Torres-Salinas from the University of Granada, Wolfgang Glänzel from the Catholic University of Leuven, and Ursula, Ulrych, and me, Juan Gorraiz, from the University of Vienna. At the beginning, I will give a short introduction. Everybody knows about the journal impact factor. Is the oldest, almost one of the oldest and most used indicators in bibliometric analysis. It is a pity it is not always correctly used. For example, is not adequate in order to assess the impact of a single publication or individual or institution. Of course, it is not adequate to measure the quality of anything, but if it is correctly used, is very important because it is the best instrument in order to assess the impact of the journal as itself. It is a journal citations impact measure, and it helps us to identify the top journals in each field. It is not the only journal impact measures we know. In the last decade, we were introduced a lot, starting with the eigenfactor metrics, and we were going then to SGR, from Simago, SNP. We have also the citation score, but the new edition of the ISSI is eagerly expected each year. And you know that between the publishers is a high competition to be included. The journal should be included and appear in ISSI. ISSI has also been developed, but however, since the introduction of the impact factor, many analytical tools have been developed, enabling a very quick and an automatic calculation of the normalized citations impact, like the category normalized citation impact or the percentage. And you know that today these are the most crucial indicators and most important indicators in the best practices, and the top 10% is usually considered as a measure of excellence. So we were asking ourselves to which extent the impact factor reflects the amount of excellence publications contained in a journal or in a subject category. And if we need other indicators in order to paint a more precise picture of journal excellence. These are our main research questions. To this purpose, we are introducing some percentile-based approaches, and we are comparing the results with the ones obtained with the impact factor, having a look at the correlations and looking if they are really considerable changes in the rankings or in the Q1 journals that they are always so relevant in, or so very often used in the for research evaluation. Besides this, we will also have a look to the how the multidisciplinary journals affect these indicators and the excellent publications, and also how sensitive these indicators are to the type of document types considered in the calculation. All the document types or only articles and reviews. Proceedings we are not considering because proceedings were included in Web of Science, are also included as articles at the same time. That's it. Our data source are Web of Science core collection, journal citations reports, and insights. And we are focusing, because it's a pilot study, in 5 categories: virology, physics and condensed matter, economics, information library science, and history. We are giving you a very broad overview of the general overview. We are conducting our analysis for publications years between 2009 and 2018. When we are talking about journals, we are referring only to journals with the impact factor. And when we talk about excellent publications or excellence, is a synonym for the publications belonging to the top 10% most cited documents in the same GCR category, publication year, and document type. We are working on 2 levels, on the category level and the journal level, and our analysis are always performed as well for all document types as well also for only articles and reviews. Methodology. Also, when we are first working on category level, what we are retrieving, the number of publications published in the category, the number of excellence publications in the category, and then we are also, for each category, analyzing the effect of the multidisciplinary journals. How many publications aided by multidisciplinary journals are contained in the total, the percentage in the total publications of the category? So how big is the contribution of the multidisciplinary journals to the category? And how the percentage, how strong is the contribution, not to all the category, but only to the excellence in the category? So how many excellence publications are added by the journals in comparison to the total number? When we are working on journal level, besides to use the journal impact factor, in this study, we use the GCR edition 2020. We calculated following indicators. First, 2 basics. The journal percentage of excellent publications, that is the percentage of excellent publications in the journal itself, and then the journal contribution to the excellence of the category, that is the number of excellence publications published in this journal divided by the total number of excellence publications in the complete category. Both indicators are size dependent. The first one can reach very high values for journals with just few publications in the category. And the second one benefits journals with a large number of publications. Therefore, we are calculating 2 further indicators. The one we are calling journal brute excellence, or I will call just only brute excellence, is the multiplication of both. And the second one is the journal normalized excellence, what is the journal contribution to the excellence divided by the journal contribution to the category. The first one reflects the total brute excellence force or brute contribution to the journal to the category. And we are using it to assess the effect of multidisciplinary journals. Multidisciplinary journals are contributing rather with few publications to the category, but with very strong proportion on excellent publications. And when we are using the brute excellence force, we are correcting this effect. And the normalized excellence contribution of the journal to the category is the average one. The values, the value 1 is the maximum because it has a very strong, will be the maximum, and the minimum will be 0. It is inspired by the attractivity index introduced by Schubert and Brown, and it gives us, is very comparable to the journal impact factor, but considering only the excellent publication. Okay, now let's have a look to the results. When we are working on category level, you see over the 5 categories we are analyzing, and we are making the analysis for all the journals included in the GCR category, and also for all the journals included in the GCR category, plus the multidisciplinary journals. According to insights, they are contributing to this category, but they are not included in the GCR as journals. And we are calculating for both the multidisciplinarity degree. That is telling to me how many publications are the contribution of the multidisciplinary journals to the category and to the excellence of the category. That is the second. And you see that they are quite different results. Virology is very high, and even in the excellence is high. Information and library science will be for all documents, for articles and reviews, very high, but is not so strong in the excellence. We will see later the reasons. And history is high, and economy and physics is relative low. Very low is the degree of excellence in high condensed in physics high condensed matter. Good. Now, when we go on journal level, I show you one example how we were working. So you see the category information and library science, all the Q1 journals, and we were calculating the journal impact factor for each journal, the number of publications, the excellence publications, over 2 basic indicators, the contribution to the journal, so to the excellence in the journal, the contribution of the journal into the category excellence, and then the 2 new indicators, the brute excellence and the normalized excellence. And you can see that there are some changes in the values. Here you can find now the correlations between all indicators we have introduced with the journal impact factor. And in the table, in the upper right side of part of the table, you see the correlations for all document types. And in the other part here, you see the correlations only for articles and reviews. And for example, if you take the journal impact factor and the correlation with the normalized indicator we have introduced, you see that for articles and reviews is high, but for all document types is not so high. Okay, it's relative moderate. When we are analyzing the categories, we see also there are differences, but the correlation between the journal impact factor and the normalized is always high, is 0.9, also almost in all, except in history. We were including history in an explorative way. You know that in the arts and humanities, journal impact measures are not working so good, but we wanted also to see how is the effect at the beginning, no? To have the idea. And you see also that the brute excellence is not included in the impact factor, but can be also very interested to see in which degree the journal is contributing to the total excellence in the category. Considering the effects of multidisciplinary journals on rankings, you can see I was saying before, we are using the brutto excellence, the indicator for brutto excellence, the journal brutto excellence, and we're calculating the rankings in the category. And you see that the multidisciplinary journals like Proceedings of the National Academy of Science, Science, Nature, Nature Communications are on the top in virology, not so strong in physics, and not in such a high proportion. And in information library science, only +1 is represented, but is also not so strong. contribution in history, Journal of Economic History, but they are not appearing nor science, nature, because there are very low number of publications considering this discipline in these journals. And in economy is relative moderate, also the effect of the multidisciplinary journals. When we want concerning the effect of the document types, in this figure, we were calculating for, we are again taking as example, the category information, library science, and you can find that these are the Q1 journals considering the journal impact factor, and we were calculating over two new indicators, the brute excellence and the normalized excellence for the document types, articles and reviews, and for all document types. And this table is interesting because you see that the trends are very similar in both. Okay, that means that our indicators, excellence indicators, show some kind of robustness considering the document type selected for the calculation. Okay, then we can start with the conclusions. You know that the big problem is when we are conducting academic evaluation exercises. Normally, we are very interested in to know what happened in the most recent years, and there the citations windows are very, very short to use to make sound citations analysis, and therefore we can only make what we call visibility analysis and to analyze if these scientists, research groups, organizations were able to publish in the top journals, and how was the evolution in the last years. For this is still the journal impact factor is one of the best instruments we have, but we have seen that the introduction of the journal normalized excellence give us also the idea, the most accurate picture of the contribution to the excellence of each journal, and the brute excellence reflect that give us an idea of the total brute contribution of the journal to the category in the excellence. That's how many the percentage of excellence that this journal is supporting to the category in total. Our indicators shown robustness, as I have said before, and that is also good because the impact factor, you know, there is always has an inherent asymmetry, what is reflected in the definition of calculation, of its definition and calculation. You know, the asymmetry of the numerator and denominator where there are considered different document types. Furthermore, when we institutions that they are conducting visibility analysis always has the problem which GCR editions should be used for the calculation of the impact factors. We should use the edition of the publications year or the last edition. This problem is not in our excellence indicators based on the last 10 years. Is a very long citations window, and then they are not this problem and are very easy to be used. Another benefit of our study is that we should prevent to use the GCR categories from Web of Science for the delineation of scientific areas, as it has been done for many, many bibliometric studies published already in many journals. Why? For example, if we will take the category virology, according to GCR journals that they are included, we will miss a large part of the excellence publications which a lot of them are published in multidisciplinary journals. And finally, arts and humanities, we have considered history only in an explorative way, and we should also in the future give more consideration to the interdisciplinary. Perhaps the citations topics classification introducing insights could help us. Thank you very much for your attention. Please, if you have questions and suggestions, feel free to contact me or any one of my authors. Bye.